Alright friends, welcome back to Control. I've cleaned up shop. I'm ready to carry on with the main stories. But I was immune. I was super confused for a second. I upgraded a lot of my weapons, got all that jazz out of the way. And now I have my rocket launcher, so we're going to see how that plays out. Not too hidden, but we'll take it. You guys are assholes. Well, if I gotta blow myself up to kill you, that's fine. Alright, so that's Sterling's AWE. There's a little shitter down there doing a thing. I should probably not do whatever the hell I just did. Wow. I blew myself up. That's pretty impressive, actually. Okay, so I had the infinite mod I got on there, which is 125% blast radius. I took it off to put the projectile speed on that bitch. Because, yeah, blowing myself up is not too productive, as I found out quite recently.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel.
Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Who knows? Alright, so we're at the turntable, but we need to turn it, I think. And it looks like the only realistic way is, in fact, down there. Through this door. So let's do it. I just want to see more mold. Okay, well that was not helpful. Oh, there it is. Beep, boop.
It won't rotate. Something's blocking it.
continue on to the ordinary AWE. Well, that was kind of neat. Not gonna lie. But before I go ahead and do that, let's make sure there's nothing back there. Nope. Nothing in any direction. Fuck. How is this son of a bitch? Having a fight with this thing in close quarters is not fun. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Not exactly a fun time. How the hell do I get back there? It was not blowing up the wall. I will say that. Wow, it still hurts me at that distance. Jesus. I swore it was blowing out a wall. Wind up killing myself. Power block. How though? Let's just go back to grip. And not fucks around with the thing. So I am going to end up the hell dead. Guarantee it. Why is this doing no damage to him? I don't understand. I have to go back to grip or start using charge. Sorry, pierce. At this rate. I swore it was ripping out the wall though. What the hell am I doing? I feel like I'm missing something critical. Give me a second. Alright, cleaned up, ready to go. I knew it was the wall. Oh, the launch efficiency. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, so where the hell am I going? Good night, sweet prince. Beep boop. There's some in here. I mean, I hear you.
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating.
I'll listen to that later.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world in the form of altar.
Because it could just be the wall, right?
Annual evaluation of Dylan Freedom.
Yeah, let's go ahead and clean that bitch up.
Let's begin then.
Turn you off. Get stuck in a box like I'm Solid Snake. Or Metal Snake, whatever. Whichever snake did the box bit. As you tell, my Metal Gear lore is pretty pathetic. There'll be a lot to fucking read at the end of this.
Let's see what they have on ordinary. It's all here. Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Well, okay. goddamn dark. I assume that was your house. There we go. I was wondering where it was coming.
Projector in the dump outside town.
That works.
They recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
I mean, either way, that definitely works. With the slidey shoot-majig and pierce. It's not as freeform run and gun as I usually like to do.
Poem last time we talked.
Turn that shit off. I do like my run and gun though. I would say yes, they have the dump.
Moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, like they said, the old house is it's going full John Cena. Jesus. Fucked that up, didn't I?
We should check.
I don't know. I like it, at the same time I hate it. I feel like I could probably do better with grip. Who just said, you know what, let's move the whole dump to here. That seems legit. Grab some of that. Do some of this. What'd you fuck up?
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Uh-oh. Creepy boy smiles. Oh, the finished tango. New mission, a dark place. Let's clean this shit up. Open up the door. Don't look like I'm spotting anything else. What is a dark place then? Investigate the sector elevator. Well, first and foremost, let us go ahead and start boosting my health as well. That sounds like a reasonable plan. And let's read Jesus. Album cover. I was 9 or something when I found my dad's Old Gods album. I became a huge fan instantly. AWE Stage 1A. The first slide was a room with dirty wallpaper and dolls on the shelf. There were a lot of dolls. The house was empty, no one lived there. We played in there a lot. It was our secret playhouse. I went to school with Neil. Some kids called him Nosebleed Neil, likely Nosebleed Hosenberg. Missing. It was mean. He had asthma. Tom, likely Tom Barlow, missing. And his gang, Freddy, likely Freddie Bartwell, missing. Hugo, no one by this name was found in police records, bullied him. We brought Neil to the dump to play. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide. Designation house. Stage 1B. The second slide was called Meadow, but it was really just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There was a shack and a phone line. Smelled like flowers there. It was powerful, intoxicating. We had crazy dreams there. It must have been because of this smell. I didn't like it. I didn't like losing control in the dreams. Everything was melting, and then we'd come out. Everything was melted around the projector. Neil was really into it. We found out he'd been coming there more and more on his own, and Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector. He and his goons took it. Thought Neil got lost inside the meadow when Tom changed the slide, but that's not what happened. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide designated meadow. Stage 2. after what happened at school to Miss Chester, started spying on Tom and saw where he took the projector. Tom and his troglodytes are using the Sled Hill Cave as their headquarters. That's where the projector was. They'd be using the temple slide, we call it that, but really it was a broken concrete thing, like a warehouse or a bomb shelter or something very dark. The Not Mother lived there with her babies, children I don't know. She was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them dung monkeys. Extrapolated information, unconfirmed existence of additional slide designated temple. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designated Not Mother. Tom and the others had gotten worse, scarier. The math teacher, Miss Chester, tried to make them listen, and they pushed her over by the piano. They pushed over a piano on her, broke her leg, and Tom bashed her head in. Jesus. Bye-bye, Miss Chester. I always liked her. I liked math. That was the tipping point. It was Lord of the Flies level bad. The grown-ups realized something was wrong. The police came and literally dragged Tom and Hugo and the others away. Tom was screaming that the Not Mother would make them all go away. They enacted a curfew for every kid in Ordinary. Mom and Dad were pissed, asking us about the dump, about everything. I remember wanting them gone, like Tom had said. When we woke up the next morning, pretty much all the adults had just vanished. Was I responsible? Well, did I? I don't know. Disappearance of a majority of Ordinary's population confirmed to result from slide projector-related AWE. Jesse and me followed the dung monkeys to the cave. There was a lot of them. More of the kids from the town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and we ran as fast as we could. They chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dung monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, but then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog, like a melted dog, but I knew it was him. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom just beat him up. I think he liked being a dog. Projector wouldn't turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. Jesse said we should call her Polaris. It's because she was doing stars at school. Additional slide designated hand is verified in the Bureau possession. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designated Dog Neil. We went in and met Polaris. Like a star, she told us we were special. She made us special. Felt like being born or reborn, the world fading in for the first time. Familiar, but somehow different. Polaris told us how to turn off the projector. The dung monkeys and the Not Mother were coming straight at us. Dylan was crying. I turned it off and they were gone. It was over. Took all the slides and burned them, all of them except the hand. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designated Polaris. Ordinary summary. An AWE occurred in the town of Ordinary, caused an object of power discovered by local children at a dump outside the town. When a specific set of slides is used in the projector's images open doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden and for relevant information obtained by therapy sessions of Jesse Faden, as well as circumstantial evidence found at the Ordinary site. Jesse Faden is believed to be the individual responsible for burning the slides. Globe supplement, don't really care. Page discovered an instance of Ocean View Motel. For 10 years, tried to write my escape, only to sink deeper. I used to know where the fiction ends and reality began. Here they are all the same. It's a hideous trap. Every thought made real. Fear, desire, yada 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 yada. Several words scratched out a portion. Falls, hunting, wake, light switch, ocean, too late. And final sentences, you've been warned. Don't use the typewriter. dump. Cessation of work. By order of Dr. Darling, all work on ordinary dump is to stop effective immediately. Okay. Work chat teeth. Guess who just had an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy tiny little boxes. Me, that's who. And you know what was inside each one? Single human tooth. Fucking gross. Could be worse.
Annual evaluation of Dylan Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carla Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the Gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan? Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Dr. Darling is out of the building today.
He's never out. He didn't want to come, did he? He never visits, not since Roberts. Tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison. A cold, empty prison. Not even a poster on the wall.
Mm-hmm. What is the next number in the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do you do?
Leave it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking people questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? What you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In Ordinary, we had a friend. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know! There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper! Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send your bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in here. I need...
Well, she gonna need a new something.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
Jesus.
No, Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris.
What is this psychiatrist?
Come back
Where did she get her...
a long time.
Where did she get her education done?
In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown? That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No!
This is the worst psychiatrist fucking ever.
Knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly, but they took Dylan.
You don't combat
I'll find them.
the delusion.
Stop looking. Polaris.
That just
wants
reinforces
me
it.
to New York. There's a
I mean, in this case, it's not a delusion,
I
but...
have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts. We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in action. We can change the likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it. But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find the answers to these hard questions.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Or die trying.
You might also do that. Don't count it out.
Dylan's a lost cause. I know I struggled to see this, but we've contained him now. I wish I had sided with Marshall back when it was just one person. So many dead. I thought his youth was an asset. Just too much too soon.
Okie dokie.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to...
I already saw that.
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29...
Alright, let's get the creepy radio station thing out of the way.
Thank you for staying with us. Here's our first caller.
Hi. What I'm about to tell you, if they found out, I don't know what would happen.
If
All right.
you found out, brother.
The men in the suits, they told me it was an industrial accident, but this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary.
Oh.
This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary, caller.
No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said, but that's bullshit.
Whoa, please watch the language, caller. It may be 2 a.m., but we're still a family show.
I'm sorry. It's just, my brother lived there. They said the
Okay.
town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there.
So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation," written anywhere?
I'm not sure.
The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Hor Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth. A mass abduction. As predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan.
Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying!
Now I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. And good timing, too. It's time for a short break. Hey, America Overnight will be
Yeah.
right back.
You know what? In fact, well, Descent. Was it Descent? You have heard wrong fake news. The board is A-OK intact. The rebel faction dissent is former fired. Crisis purge is over. This is not a matter of worry for you. You can hang up now, please. Okie dokie. So, that being the case, as the dude said, it's time for a break. As always, have a good day. Stay safe out there. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in a bit.